Yes, you must please start the Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. So today I am going to sing the Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Krishna Kirtana Ganana Tana Paro Premamrithambho Nidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priyo Priya Karo Nirmatsara Pujito श्री चैतन्य कृपा भरो भुवि भुवो बारावहान तारको वंदे रूप सनातन रघुयुगो श्री जीव गोपाल को नाना शस्त्र विचारण निपुनो सद्धर्म संस्थापको लोकानां हितकारिणो त्रिभुवने मान्यो शरण्याकरो राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजना नन्देन माटालिको वन्दे सनातन रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपाल को श्री गौरांग गुणानुवर्णन विधो श्रद्धा समृद्धि अन्वितो पापोतापनिकृन्तनोद्धनुभृतम् गोविंद गानामृता आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनैकनिपुनो कैवल्यनिस्तारको वन्दे रूपसनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको त्यात्वा तूर्णमशेषमण्डलपति श्रीनिं सदतु च वात् भूत्वा दीनगणेशको करुणया कौपीनकान्ताश्रिता गोपी भावरसामृताब्धिलहरी कालोलमग्नौ मुहुः वन्दे सनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको पूजत कोकिलहंस सारसगणा तीर्णे मायूराकुले मानारत्ननिबद्धमूलवितपा श्रीयुक्तवृन्दावने राधा कृष्ण हरिसम्प्रभजतो जीवर्तदयो मुदा वन्दे सनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको राधा कुण्डतते कलिण्डितनया तीरे च वां शिवते प्रेमोऽनन्दवस्यादशेषदशया ग्रस्तौ प्रमातौ सदा गायन्तौ च कदा हरेर्गुणवरम् भावाभिभूतौ मुदा वन्दे रूपसनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको हे राधे व्रज देवी के चलते हे नंद सुनो कुता श्री गोवर्धन कल्प पाद पतले कालिन्दीवनाकुता गोशान्तविधि सर्वतो व्रजपुरे कैर्महाविह्वलो वन्दे रूपसनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीवगोपालको वन्दे रूपसनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीवगोपालको वन्दे रूपसनातनो रघुयुगो श्रीजीवगोपालको। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी and माता जी।
Hari Bol, Srivas Prabhu
Hare
ki jai.
Krishna. Nice, very nice, Srivas. So nicely you sang.
Thank you, RK.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much all the devotees for joining today's session. So we'll continue from where we stopped last week. Can someone remember, ready to recap what we discussed or where we are? Is there anyone who can take the lead? Get at least to know the flow of what we have been discussing.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharatna. I think Narada went to Indra, then the Brahma, also to the last, I think, to the Shiva. So where everyone is so glorifying one after the another. But when Narada went to them, so he's saying, yes, what you heard is okay, but still, so the next is more greater than me, and I'm nothing. So the discussion is going on between the Narada and Indra, Brahma, and Shiva also. I think we stopped Kailash, I think, if I'm right.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anybody else? Any points you remember from the discussions what we had? Okay, we'll just do a small recap of what we have discussed and then proceed with the today's session. So we have discussed that the whole Bhagavatamrta was divided into two parts. The first part we have been discussing now is the search for the essence of Bhagavan's mercy. The Bhagavad Kripa Sara Nidhara. So how and why Lord is bestowing his mercy. So what is the whole purpose of this reading and hearing this great scripture? This is to understand two things. One is who is more dear, most devotee to the Lord, and also to understand to the humility of devotees as one is advancing in the spiritual life. So it is very important message for every sadhaka that as we advance in spiritual life, so we should become more humble and humble. So we have discussed the first part, introduction we discussed, and how Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami has given his heart and feel that he is not the one who wrote all these scriptures, but he only written the commentary and original text, original slokas of this Brhad Bhagavatamrta was given by Gemini Rishi himself as an appendix to Mahabharata. So then we started the journey of Narada Maharshi, who went on with the exalted Brahmana in Prayag. We also seen how he glorified Brahmana, and then Brahmana denied, saying, no, I'm not, I have very limitations, I'm not a great devotee, I'm not a recipient of a Lord's mercy. Then he directed him to king from South India. Then Narada went on to glorify the king for his austerity, for his using all his appliances in the service of the Lord. So then king also denied, saying he has very limited life, limited wealth, and he is under threefold miseries. So he directed him to Indra. Then Narada started glorifying Indra. Then Indra made him to feel that he is uh, master of all the universe, as mentioned in various scriptures, Vedas, and all the demigods obey his instructions, and Lord himself, as Vamandev, appeared as his younger brother, and Indra denied all these things, quoting with different reasons that they are full of faults, and actually Lord didn't do any favor, Lord didn't do any mercy. He actually showed, insulted him. Is all not to blame the Lord, but to elevate Lord's position and show one's own position as very, very low. So to claim that I am not the devotee, I'm not even a devotee. So he is highlighting his own weaknesses, faults, and then he directed him to Brahma. Then Brahma was approached by Narada. Then Narada approached Brahma, glorified him, and said, you are the master of all the Prajapatis and eternal master of universe. You are secondary creator, and you are creator of Vedas, and you are Krishna himself as Gunavatara. And Brahma has denied, saying he is always bewildered by Mahamaya, and he has committed in past various offenses. Like he has also given unreasonable benedictions to the demons, and he also kidnapped calves and gopas and created a mess with the Lord, messed up with the Lord, and also reminds Narada that Lord chastised him many occasions for giving the wrong boons, unreasonable boons to the demons. And also finally he said, though you said my lifespan is very huge, but I'm worried now, already I'm 50 plus. No, I don't know, another 50 years I'm going to die. That 50 years is some trillions of years as human calculation, but still he's worried. So that then he diverted him to Lord Shiva. Shiva saying he is a giver of liberation, and Lord personally worships Shiva as a Lord Ramachandra. Then sorry, no, it's not Brahma, it is a Shiva. So he says that I'm only servant of servants, and I'm ignorant of, because I'm ignorant, Lord made me in charge of a mode of ignorance. And also he says that liberation is very useless for devotees. What is that I'm going to do by having this boon of giving the liberation to the people? So then he directed, Mother Parvati said, no, actually, more than us, the Mother Lakshmi, she is a resident of Vaikuntha. She is greatest because she personally serves the Lord all the time. But since the Lord is having his pastimes in Dwaraka currently, the whole battalion of Vaikuntha has moved along with the Lakshmi to earthly planet, and then Shiva concludes the discussion saying, more than Lakshmi, Prahlad is better. This he tells Narada in a very subtle way to avoid his wife Parvati to get upset, because her friend Lakshmi is very, very dear, close friend of Parvati. So we learned so many lessons in chapter 1 and introduction. We'll not go through that. We already discussed, and also we learned lessons from chapter 2 and 3. Last week we discussed one should have patience in performing devotional service. and one should be transparent and humble in accepting mistakes and with the spiritual master and senior devotees. Like Indra has admitted mistakes like killing brahmanas and all. Then don't be attached to your opulence and use them in service of the Lord. We see in the case of Indra again, Sudharma Hall and Parijata tree, he was showing his feeling that, oh, Lord has taken everything from me. What kind of a person he is, what kind of a devotee I am. If I am a great devotee, he will not do this. So this actually gives a lesson for us that we should not get attached to any of our opulences. When Lord's take away, it is for a purpose and for a meaning. Then Lord's reciprocation is not because of my devotion, it is caused as mercy of other devotees. So this is always a feel a sadhaka should have, that not because of my spiritual sadhana, I am getting elevated, or Lord is reciprocating. It is not because of me, it is because of other senior devotees, my Shiksha Guru, my Diksha Guru, who always support me, help me to advance in my spiritual life. This is a lesson we understand from this past time. Then also we see that the message that don't try to see the Lord with our mundane senses. Indra complaining that it's difficult for him to see the Lord every time because he comes and goes, he don't know where the Lord is. So one must see the Lord through hearing through scriptures and also by way of devotional service. So then one should give a right education to the children right from the young age, is what we seen when Brahma was chastising Narada. You are my son, I have been educating you, telling you the facts, but still you are glorifying me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is then he start chastising Narada. That shows that one should, though Brahma has given the right education, so actually it is a message for us that what kind of a right education we must give to the children right from the young age. Then death can come anytime, use human life in the devotional service. So this is Brahma's worry about the time. Though he is having a very vast lifespan, still he is worried. So because he is in the material world, so he is still on the material platform. He is not exactly, but he is indicating to us that being in this material world, everyone who takes birth here is destined to die. So one should not be attached to the body, but use this very precious human life in the devotional service of the Lord. Then with the pastime of Shiva, discussion between Shiva, Parvati and Narada, we understand devotees will never bother about the liberation. So these are the lessons we discussed and understood last week. So then we'll see. So we've seen from various the instances, various discussions we had so far, that how Lord reciprocates to the various devotees in terms of by bestowing the mercy, and devotees are not accepting that they are the greatest of greatest, and they are directing Narada to next person who glorifying the person with the qualities of devotion and directing Narada to them. Now we seen Lord Shiva has directed Narada to Prahlad Maharaj. Then Narada, this session will go a bit fast track because we are trying to cover 3 chapters in this lesson, in this today's session. So we try to conclude 1 chapter will be remaining in this first part that will conclude in the next week, and then go on Gopakumara's story from next week onwards. So Narada quickly enters the Sutala planet where the Prahlad Maharaj is residing in the Sutala planet, and the moment Prahlad has seen Narada Maharshi, he immediately made obeisances. Narada Maharshi remembers the instructions of Shiva that don't pay obeisances to Prahlad Maharaj, he takes it very offensive. Instead, offer my embrace to you, embrace Prahlad Maharaj, and also offer my embrace to him. So Narada was trying to control his emotions, not to pay obeisances to Prahlad Maharaj, but Prahlad Maharaj came and paid obeisances to him, because Narada has been a spiritual master for Prahlad Maharaj. When he was in the womb of his mother, he instructed the process of devotional service, and Prahlad Maharaj took from there and he has distributed to his friends. Then Narada Maharshi start glorifying Prahlad Maharaj, saying, "My dear Prahlad, I am seeing you after such a long period of time. I have actually, since I received your darshana, I could take your darshan. All my efforts are successful." So here the indication is that whatever we learn from the scriptures is not conclusive. Only when we associate the devotees and take their blessings, take their association, and hear from them, all the efforts of theoretically what we read from the scriptures become successful. So that is indication which Narada Maharshi is giving, because he is meeting a very pure devotee. This is the reason why always we Acharya say that you must visit dhams, various holy dhams, not only because the Lord has performed the pastimes there, but because so many elevated souls will come there and purify dham, also purify devotees visiting dham. So taking association of pure devotees is very, very important. Since Narada Maharshi continues to glorify Prahlad Maharaj, saying, since your childhood, my dear Prahlad, you develop pure Krishna Bhakti, and because of whatever you understood, I told you very little when you were in the womb of mother, but you grabbed it and you could understand the essence. And this type of bhakti, my dear Prahlad, I never seen in anybody before. And this itself shows that you are a great personality and greatest devotee of the Lord, whom Lord is giving his ultimate mercy. And then he started glorifying further, saying, your father, Hiranyakashipu, created so many disturbances to you, your bhakti, and created a lot of thousands of obstacles he has tried to create. But by the power of your bhakti, my dear Prahlad, you conquered all these disturbances. So you came out very successfully and countered all the obstacles, whatever your father was creating for you. And always you immerse in the selfless thoughts of Krishna, my dear Prahlad Maharaj. And you always appear to be intoxicated like a madman, intoxicated in the Krishna Prema. Always you think about the Lord, and always you glorify about the Lord, and you preach about the Lord to your demon friends, and you are like a madman, you are always intoxicated in Krishna Prema. Then he further reminds, or he tells, actually reminding for us that Nrsimhadev, when he indicated offering a topmost position, and like he said, as big as the post of Brahma and kingdom, and he asked, you asked me whatever you want, I am ready to give. But my dear Prahlad Maharaj, I still remember what you asked. You just to satisfy the Lord, you accepted the kingdom of your father. But I know what you asked from the Lord. You asked only pure devotional service and association with Lord's pure devotees. So that shows your humility and your devotion towards the Lord. And not only that, Lord got defeated by you. Another pastime which Prahlad Maharaj, when he grown up, I'm not going into that pastime. To briefly say that he once met Narayana in Badrikashram, and he didn't realize he is Supreme Person of Godhead. So there, for some reason, they had an argument and a fight, and Narayana got defeated by Prahlad Maharaj. So that instance, that pastime, Narada Maharshi is reminding Prahlad Maharaj and say that this actually the whole episode is described in Vaman Purana. So Narada Maharshi is reminding that Lord got defeated by you. Lord actually gets defeated only by pure devotee. So he's trying to give conclusion. Then he says, that's why you are the pure devotee of the Lord. Then it says, by having your darshana, my life is so purified, my dear Prahlad, I decided to remain at this place. Then he remembers the curse given by Daksha. He will not remain any place all the time. You will be roaming around the universe. Then he said, I don't care about the curses of Daksha and others, but still I want to reside here because of your association. The glimpse of your association makes my life purified. So this gives a lesson for us that always we must anchor, take association of pure devotees of the Lord. Then Prahlad Maharaj started replying, saying that, my dear spiritual master, my dear Gurudev, what is it you are talking? Whatever you said is when I was a small child. What kind of maturity I will have as a small child? Is all out of my ignorance and what the behavior which I was blabbering with my friends, whatever I heard, I remembered, I just repeated. I didn't know anything about, I didn't have any realization of absolute truth. I didn't have any knowledge of absolute truth. It's all my immature behavior, my dear spiritual master. These are not symptoms of bhakti. Don't take me wrong. Don't think that I was a pure devotee of the Lord and all. It was only a childish behavior for me. I was just 5-6 years old that time, and what is that? You think that I will be such an advanced devotee in that age? No, 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 no. These are all my immature behavior. These are not symptoms of bhakti. And first, I never got any opportunity to serve Lord Nrsimhadev. It was only a moment. Briefly, he came and he killed my father. Then Brahma pushed me. I was just looking here and there, and I had no other option. With Brahma and all the devotees pushed me to glorify the Lord. So here again we get another lesson that we are not qualified to perform any devotional service. It is only by the mercy of senior devotees. Like Prahlad Maharaj is giving credit to Brahma and Shiva and all, including sage Narada, that I had no qualification, but because you have touched me, all the senior devotees have touched me, so they pushed me to the lotus feet of the Lord, so I could glorify the Lord. It is only because of Father's mercy of all the senior Vaishnavas. So, but in spite of that, what Lord did, he just put his conch on his head, on my head, and I glorified. After that, he disappeared. He spoke to me very briefly and he disappeared. Where was the opportunity for me to serve the Lord? I never had any opportunity to serve the Lord. So, and even you are saying that I defeated Narayana in Badrikashram. It is actually my ignorance. If I'm a pure devotee of the Lord, why will I go and fight with Narayana? That itself shows that I'm not a devotee. So, and whatever Nrsimhadev pastimes, actually, Narada, I tell you something. It is not any favor to me. This actually, whatever Lord Nrsimhadev has done, killing my father, and he used me as instrument to glorify him. But actually, he didn't do any favor. He didn't come as a favor to me. Not because I was a pure devotee, he didn't come and save me, or he killed my father. Actually, this is only because he wanted to protect all the demigods from the menace being created by my father. So, and also he wanted to liberate his devotees. Who are the devotees? Then he quotes about Jaya and Vijaya. No, Narada, these are all drama. He used me only as an instrument. He actually wanted to deliver Hiranyakashipu, who is his pure devotee. He is one of his gatekeepers, very close associates. He came only for delivering them, not to deliver. I am only an instrument, Narada. And also he came to preserve the burden of the earth, which is earth is suffering because of all this nuisance created by demons. And he gave me kingdom and left. He didn't give any chance for me to engage in devotional service, and he made me busy with all the relatives, citizens, and servants, so that I completely forgot about bhakti. So what a pity on me, Narada. And you are telling me as a greater recipient of Lord's mercy? No way it is possible. You are just joking. You are pulling my legs. And also he says, Prahlad Maharaj reminds Narada that scriptures say that Lord will take away all the opulence when he wants to deliver the devotees and want to grant pure bhakti to devotees. But what he did, instead of taking away the kingdom and all my appearances, he is giving me. He given me kingdom of my father. So that itself shows that I'm not, actually he was quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam references, which was not told by Rupa Goswami here, but actually he was quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein it is told that when Lord wants to give pure bhakti to his devotees, he'll take out all the appliances so that he will not get distracted and attached to the material appliances. So he was quoting, referring to that, and he was saying, see, what he did with me, he didn't take away anything, but instead he is giving. That it first shows that I'm not a pure devotee. And also he said that I was associating with, by associating with my demon friends, actually I miseducated my soul. My soul has become so contaminated, and it has become like a gnani. I became a gnani, talking something out of dry speculation. But no, I never had any pure bhakti. And you said you were talking about Bali Maharaj, whom Lord has taught a lesson and sent him to lower planetary system. You know, actually, what Lord is doing? Lord has become a gatekeeper not because of mercy, not because he is from my lineage. It is only to make sure that Bali Maharaj is not escaping from his palace. So he was guarding. So you should know this, Narada. It is the real intention of the Lord. Actually, this is the mood of a devotee. He never accepts that they are pure devotees of the Lord. Lord is showing mercy upon him. So he makes a pure devotee makes always his position as very, very low. And then he says, now he's coming to the final conclusion. He says, actually, you know, Narada, Hanuman, he is a very fortunate because he served the Lord very closely for a very long time. Whereas me, it was brief. He put a conch on my head and then he disappeared. Then where was the opportunity to serve? I never had any chance to serve the Lord in person. Whereas this Hanuman is a great devotee of the Lord. We all know, we all accept that Hanuman is one of the greatest devotees of the Lord. So he says he's very, very fortunate. And moreover, he is free from old age and death. And he is always fearless by taking the name of the Lord, holy name of the Lord. He destroys all the sinful people, all the offensive people who are against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is a fearless, and he doesn't have death and old age. And always he serves the Lord in person. And he had opportunity to attain mukti. Lord Ramachandra told him, you ask anything you want to take, I'm ready to give liberation to you. But Hanuman denied. He said, I don't want anything, my Lord. I want only to serve you. Then hearing these glories of Hanuman, then Narada Maharshi embraced Prahlad Maharaj, and then he started heading towards Kim Purusha Varsha. Then Narada went to Kim Purusha Varsha, where Hanuman is still residing at this date. So then he took darshan of Hanuman and started glorifying him, saying, my dear Hanuman, I heard so much about you. You are a wonderful devotee, you are a pure devotee of the Lord. So much personal service you did to the Lord. And not only that, you served the Lord as a servant, as a carrier. Lord sat on your back, and you became a flag in Mahabharata war to Arjuna, and you find Lord Ramachandra, and you are advising him as a minister, and you are physician, doctor, because he saved Lakshmana by bringing Sanjeevani medicine. So then you are also military commander. You helped the Lord in the fight with Ravana. So you are the greatest devotee. And not only that, I heard that you are a Naistika Brahmachari. Being a Naistika Brahmachari, you didn't get attached to any of the sense enjoyment, and your whole life you dedicated to the service of the Supreme Lord. By hearing this, Hanuman started literally weeping and crying. He said, my dear Narada, what is that you are doing? Already I am suffering out of separation, and you are making fun of me. What is this? Lord Ramachandra has abandoned me and went back to his abode. He took all the associates, Sugriva and all the associates he took, but he left me here. You think this is the mercy? If he really is merciful upon me, he would have taken me and gone along with him. But he didn't. He, instead of that, he left me here and he took all other people. And now I understand he appeared as a Krishna. Currently, he's in Dwaraka and he's giving mercy to Pandavas. So then he says that these Pandavas are greatest devotees. don't think that I am Naistik Brahmachari and Pandavas are Grihasthas. And they, even though they are Grihasthas, they are ruling, they are performing devotional service, they are engaged in, appears to be engaged in material activities only for the pleasure of the Lord. So don't underestimate Grihasthas. Don't think that Naistik Brahmacharis are great, Grihasthas are lower category. So this also gives another lesson to us that being a Grihastha, we should not get attached to our sense gratification and we should not become Gruhamedis. The proper Grihastha is the one who engage all his appliances and his family and children, everything in the service of the Lord. Then Narada was excited. He says, "Oh Hanuman, what is that you are telling? Let's go. You come with me. Let's go together to Pandavas, and then we'll take their darshana." Where then Hanuman says that I am a monkey. Being a monkey, it is not proper for me to come with you to take darshan of Pandavas because they have a different relationship with Lord Krishna. And being a monkey, being a fickle mind, I may do some offenses looking at the sweet pastimes Lord Krishna is exchanging with. I cannot understand those pastimes. My pastime, my relationship with my bhava with the Lord is as a servant, whereas their different pastimes are going on. I heard. So please leave me. I am happy here. Whenever Lord Ramachandra calls me, I will go. But here is not, Lord is coming as Krishna. So I cannot have that mood of serving Krishna. So let me wait here and meditate on Lord Ramachandra. Then taking permission from Hanuman, Narada goes to Kurudesha, where Pandavas, Yudhishthira Maharaj, along with all his brothers, wife and mother and all the relatives, is ruling the kingdom. Then when Narada goes to Kurudesha, Yudhishthira Maharaj, along with his wife and brothers and mother, comes to the entrance of the palace and receives Narada. Narada, the moment he sees the Pandavas, he started glorifying, saying, "Wow, I heard so many things about you, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj, you and your brothers have abundant mercy of the Lord. Lord, person, whenever you have problem, Lord comes, make sure to come there and support you." So he started glorifying so much. Then suddenly he started glorifying Krishna, saying Krishna is such a great personality and this and that, and so many verses glorifies Krishna. Narada started glorifying Krishna. Then suddenly Narada realizes that, wow, I am doing a mistake. He holds his tongue like this and says, he started talking to his tongue. Hey, tongue, what is that your nonsense you are doing? You are engaging in the narrating glories of Krishna. What is this? It's not correct. The message what we get here is Krishna, Lord will be happy when we glorify his devotees. No, standing in front of devotees, he is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says that is a mistake. So this is again a lesson for us that we should always glorify the good qualities of our devotees. Not, of course, glorifying Lord is always important, but the message is not that we should not glorify the Lord. Message is we should glorify the pure devotees of the Lord. So then he started glorifying the Pandavas again. He says that no, Lord has appeared in this material world as himself Krishna only for your sake, to help you, and all this, so many things he tells. What Lord has done this, and he went as a messenger to Duryodhana to talk about you, and he helped you in the Kurukshetra war. Now he annihilated all the asuras, all the enemies. He glorified everything. Then Pandavas start reciprocating. Yudhishthira first talks. Actually, very long discussion is there. Over more than 100 slokas in this chapter. But we'll cut down. We'll try to understand the essence. Yudhishthira says that, my dear Narada, Lord actually is not merciful towards us. So this is the conclusion. Everyone talks about the same. Lord is not merciful towards us. Then they give reason, their own version. He says that Lord killed all our enemies. That's fine. But what happened? Now he left us and gone. He gone to Dwarka and he left alone. When problems were there, Lord was with us. Now we don't have any problems. The Lord is not with us. That is the biggest problem we have. But even though we are praying, we want more problems. Then he refers to what Kunti Maharaj said. If we wanted more problem, but Lord is not giving any problems. So because Lord is not giving any problem, that shows that Lord is merciful to us, not merciful to us. So he is trying to create a logic for us to understand the greatness of the devotee. Then he says that Lord has made us to kill all our relatives, and I see all the relatives are weeping and crying now. Is this a mercy? What is a kind of mercy? And whatever he did, he became a Rathasarathi for us, for Arjuna, and he became a messenger. Okay, whatever you told is correct, but it is not for us. It is only to reduce Earth's burden. Same dialogue what Prahlad Maharaj has told. It is only to reduce Earth's burden. He did all this past time. He used us only as instrument, Narada. So we are not great devotees. Then Bhima jumps in. Bhima jumps in and says, he is a Krishna, he is a guru of all the cheaters. He cheated us by living here and gone. So we think he is showing his mercy upon us. No, he is not at all showing mercy on us. He is actually cheating us. So this is again a mood. Not that we have to have this mood. Say, oh Lord, you are a cheater and you did this, you did that. So this is a mood we need to understand how a pure devotee will think about his own position. Then Arjuna says that whatever mercy Lord has shown us actually has become cause of more suffering for us. So then he gives a reason for his comment. He says that when I was fighting in the Kurukshetra war, Lord has protected me, and all the arrows which enemies were shooting me, he took on his body. So I could see Lord's body was punctured with so many arrows, and blood was oozing from Lord's body. And if I am a pure devotee of the Lord, will I be happy seeing Lord is suffering because of me? So that shows that I'm not pure devotee, and Lord is not giving any mercy to us. Then also he says that Lord, actually cheated me. He cheated me by talking some philosophy and brainwashed me and made me to kill all my relatives. So this is only cheating. After war is finished, I realized that this is a great mistake I've done. So he is just trying to show his position very, very low. And Lord, because Lord has made me to kill all my relatives, so all relatives are suffering, it is not a mercy on me. Then Nakula Sahadeva jumps in. They say that Lord has cheated us by abandoning us. How can we sustain our life without the Lord's presence with us? How can we sustain our life? Then Draupadi jumps in, says that whenever I was in grief, whenever I was in problem, he used to sit beside me and console me, saying, my dear sister, don't worry, I am there for you, and don't feel any distress. Whenever you are distressed, I'll be with you. But see what he has done? I'm in a great distress, my dear Narada, because he left me and he's not coming to me. He promised me that whenever in distress, he'll come and console me or help me out. But now I'm in great distress, missing his association, and he's not coming. And I know that he's not never going to come back again. Then Kunti concludes the whole discussion saying, whenever I see the women in the palace, my dear sage, who lost all their husbands and sons, my heart says that this is not a mercy. So because of us, we Pandavas, Lord has created this whole episode of Mahabharata war, wherein all these my relatives and all these people got killed. And whenever I see widows of these people, these my relatives who died in the war, my heart pains. I feel that really tears comes out of my eyes, and this is not a mercy. I can't see their suffering. They're all suffering, and you are seeing this mercy. Then she concludes. They are saying, now you know what Lord is doing. He is being served by Yadavas in Dwaraka, and I am sure he's not going to return back because he's happily being served by Yadavas. Please go to Dwaraka and have darshan of Yadavas, who are the most fortunate people, because Lord is currently there. He is sitting there, and Yadavas every day they are physically worshipping him. They're feeding bhoga to him and serving him, massaging their feet and his feet. So this is a service which we never got opportunity. So he left us and is gone. Then Narada quickly goes to Dwaraka and he sees Yadavas along with the Ugrasena and other people, and then start glorifying them, saying, what kind of a bondage of love you have. Lord, out of causeless mercy, he appeared in your family. Oh my God, I never heard. When Lord appears in somebody's family, the whole lineage gets delivered, and you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate you have a strong, even bodily relationship, such as somebody's son, uncle, and cousin, and all this relationship you have. And every day you have you are doing wonderful service. You are seeing him every day. You are touching him. You are talking to him, and you are following his instructions. And you are sitting with him, and you are eating with him, and you are sleeping with him, and you are participating in his marriages. And so fortunate you are, my dear Yadavas. Krishna actually, having come and settled here in Dwaraka, I heard he forgotten all his associates in Vaikuntha. He forgot his residence in Vaikuntha also. This actually indicates to us, Acharyas say that before this Bhagavatamrta came out, the concept of Golaka Vrindavana was completely hidden. So now here they're talking about only Vaikuntha. He says, Dasa says, Krishna has forgotten his residence in Vaikuntha, and all the residents of Dwaraka, they are very, very happy serving him, because so much of devotional service people are doing, and Lord is completely ignored, forgot his residents and associates of Vaikuntha. Then Ugrasena and other Yadavas start replying to him. First time in the whole episode, we hear somebody is accepting what Narada Maharshi says. My dear Narada, what you heard is true. So far, we heard that everybody is saying, no, 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 I'm not pure devotee of the Lord. Next, somebody is there. Somebody is there. We go on pushing Narada. First time, we see, my dear sage, whatever you said is completely true. But then they give a rider, say that, though you are saying correct, we are able to worship Lord every day, we are sleeping with him, we are staying with him, we are eating with him, but amongst us, Uddhava, he is a greatest recipient of Lord's mercy, because he is, we are able to see him from distance, but Uddhava, he is putting his hands on his shoulder, he is dancing with him, he is eating together, jhuta they eat, and he also participates in his confidential pastimes. So he helps in very most confidential pastimes, and he acts as a minister, disciple. Since Uddhava constantly remains very near to Krishna, and he is so happy, and he receives mercy from the Lord by personally serving him. And he is he is most beautiful, and he looks exactly like the Lord. So he is the greatest recipient of Lord's mercy, my dear Narada. Please go. He is somewhere here only. He is in the palace where Lord Krishna is taking a rest. So please go and take his darshan. Then Ugrasena tells, please tell Uddhava to bring Lord to Royal Assembly, because we are all waiting for Krishna. Then now this is a concluding topic of today's discussion, wherein Narada starts going to Uddhava's palace where Uddhava is residing. His bodily expressions, bodily behavior was nice, beautifully glorified by Rupa Goswami here. When he heard about the glories of Uddhava, because he has been hearing continuously glories of devotees and keep on hearing more and more glories of higher devotees, then finally we come to the stage of where Yadavas and Uddhava, after hearing glories of the Uddhava, where he personally is serving the Lord and personally is engaged with all the services of the Lord, he has become like a madman. he start walking like this, like as if it is explained that he is possessed by a ghost. So his eyes were completely open and he was looking like a madman here and there. He was just walking. He forgot even to play his veena. He's just walking like this. Then while going, sometimes he gets stumbled, he falls down, and then he becomes motionless. He's standing like this, and nice glorification about Narada was explained by Rupa Goswami. Then he goes to the palace where Uddhava is residing. That day, it is explained that for some reason, Krishna was completely dejected on that day. He was still sleeping. He didn't come out from his bedroom. So he was still sleeping, and all the associates, including Uddhava and all the queens of Supreme Lord, they're all waiting outside the hall, waiting for the Lord to come out. When everybody seen Narada coming like a madman, they are all surprised. What is this happened? What did happen to this Narada? Including the Lord Baldev also was standing there. So everybody got surprised. So they made him to sit and gave him water and fanned him to become normal. Then they all got struck with wonder. So they started serving him. Then when Narada came into his conscious, he started talking to them. He couldn't see Uddhava, though he was there only because of his position. He's become like a mad person. He could not see where is Uddhava. So many people are sitting. Then he says, please help me to meet Uddhava. I've become so engrossed hearing about his glories. I want to see him because Uddhava is the greatest recipient of Lord's mercy. He has got so much of good fortune that I cannot live. I have to give up my body if I'm not seeing Uddhava. Please help me. Then he says, Uddhava had obtained the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead because he serves the Lord personally, and Lord has addressed him as the best of his devotees. This is mentioned in Bhagavatam also. Is best of his devotees is what Krishna has mentioned. So I want to see him. Then Uddhava standing very close by, he comes to Narada. Then he says, my dear Narada, what are you spoken regarding me? And much more. What means, what are you told? What are you not told? Is surely true. Because you are a great personality, you are a wonderful devotee of the Lord. You will never tell lies. I firmly believe this as well, that whatever you told is 100% true. I was also under the same impression, my dear sage, till because I had that feeling that I am very close to him, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and I'm serving him personally, kind of a pride developed in my heart. So Lord, realizing this pride, he sent me to Braja, Brajamandal. Then he asked me to go and meet gopis of Vrindavana. So till then, I was thinking I was the greatest devotee of the Lord. But I realized what was my position only when I went to Braja. Just to make me to realize or get rid of my pride, Lord sent me there. As soon as I went to Braja, my dear sage, you know what happened? I got sunk into the ocean of bliss by seeing the devotion of gopis. Now, slowly we are coming to conclusion: who is the greatest recipient of Lord's mercy? He is gopis of Vrindavan. So they are the greatest recipient of Lord's mercy. So this is where the whole discussion is taking us to that. Then Uddhava started explaining. Everyone knows that how I glorified them, Brajavasis. He was referring to Bhagavatam, where he wants us to refer there for further description, because detailed explanation was not, description was not given here. It says that this Brajavasi is such a great personalities that they are always hankering for the association of the Lord. That feeling of the enjoyment what they are getting in separation of the Lord, actually I cannot explain. Then immediately Rohini, Mother Rohini was standing there. Immediately stopped Uddhava. Says, Uddhava, what are you doing? Please don't remind me the trouble what this Kaliya has, Kanaya has given to Rajavasis. Whenever I hear the kind of a trouble what these unfortunate souls they have experienced or experiencing still, my heart pains. Who can understand the pain which the gopis are undergoing? No one cares whether they're dead or alive. Your Lord, then she Rohini was addressing Uddhava, your Lord, because it is out of anger that Lord is giving such a pain to Brajavasis. Your Lord has no heart. He is a stone-hearted fellow. He says his heart never melts. Even by seeing the pitiable condition of Brajavasis, he did not go to Braja himself, and instead of going by himself, he sent you. And you are saying this is to give you lesson. Actually, he don't care about all these things. He had no heart at all. He want Brajavasis to still suffer. And you assuring that Lord is so much merciful towards Brajavasis. What kind of a mercy you are talking about? Is this a unique quality of that mercy that creating the disturbance in their heart? No, he allowed all the calamities. Your Lord has allowed all the calamities to trouble Brajavasis, and they are patiently tolerating all these calamities. And your master did not do anything for this Brajavasis. Then there Padmavati was there. Very nice, beautiful discussion was explained. I'm not going in very detailed, but if we have time, we should dwell into this beautiful discussion that actually highlights the glories of Brajavasis. Padmavati, who is a mother of Kamsa, wife of Ugrasena, she says, what kind of a grief you are talking about? Krishna, they actually, Brajavasis, they made Krishna to suffer in his childhood. He was personally kept grazing the cows. Such a small boy, they didn't even give the shoes to him, and no chappal, no shoes. He along with his Balram, he went to with the cows and calves. Such a small boy. Is this a way to treat? They have given a lot of pain to him, and he was roaming all the forest with a lot of thorns, full of thorns, and creating trouble to Krishna's lotus feet. These people not bothered. And what they did, he drank a little drink out of hunger, and little butter he has stolen from. Is that a stealing? He was hungry. No one was bothered about him. If people are feeding him timely, why he will go and steal? So this is all past tense, which we are trying to understand from a different perspective. So she is saying, if Lord is not hungry, why will he go and steal? And if others are taking care of his hunger timely, why will he go and steal? Because he stole little milk and little butter. What they did? They went and complained Yashoda, and she tied him to the wooden motor, and we heard so much of pain which he undergone. So there, they glorified God Damodar Lila. So then Rohini stopped Padmavati. He said she didn't even care about Padmavati's comments. It's only to highlight Lord's glories for us. And then Mother Rohini says that, Narada, this boy, this Krishna, in spite of all these things, he does not even remember this Brajavasis. I never heard him talking about Brajavasis. Then Rukmini interferes. He says, my dear mother, what are you talking? You don't know anything about Krishna's feelings. His heart is so soft. And why you are talking bad about him, that he is stone-hearted and all these things. You know what is happening? Even the dream state, when I'm sleeping next to him, even the dream state, my dear mother, Lord speaks of so many things about Praja. Sometimes he calls out names of cows, and sometimes he calls names of Sakhis, and he hugs me in the night and says, "Oh Radhe, oh Radhe, oh Lalite, oh Vishakha." What is this? He is with me, he's hugging me and talking about somebody, some other girls, some other ladies. And he always pulls my clothes and saying, "Oh Chandravali, what are you doing?" So as if Chandravali is pulling his clothes and he's pulling my clothes and talking somebody else's name. And you are talking that he forgot Brajavasis. Always in the night, in the sleep, always he dreams about them. Sometimes the sleeping, he started weeping, crying, and gets up from the sleep and totally crying. I am experiencing this nuisance every day, every night, and you are talking that he is not showing any mercy. You completely forgot them. What is this? Then Satyabhama stops Rukmini. Says, "Don't talk nonsense, Rukmini. You are saying he does this only in the night? No, he does even in the daytime also. So he is not doing only the dream. He does in the daytime also. Every day he is talking about Radharani, he is talking about other gopis and Chandravali and all this. He is creating intentionally. He is making us to suffer. In fact, even the maid servants of the Raja are more dear to Lord than us. Forget about Brajavasis. Maid servants of Brajavasis are more dear to him than us. So what you're saying is nonsense that he does this only in the night. He does even the daytime also. Then Baldev jumps in. Baldev says that Krishna, I know, actually cheating us by not exhibiting his mood and emotions. Actually, he is so much attached to Brajavasis. Actually, he is actually residing in Braja. Then everybody is surprised. No, he is here. No. When he always remembers about Brajavasis, then he actually quotes a reference from Srimad Bhagavatam, not directly, but Acharyas correlate this, saying wherever he doesn't reside in Vaikuntha, he doesn't reside in sage's heart, but he resides in devotee's heart. So here he is referring to that. Brajavasi is always remembering him. So Krishna is actually not here. Externally he is here, but actually he is in Braja. So then he said that Baldev, he refers to a pastime wherein he also goes to Vrindavan to pacify Brajavasis. Then he said, I told Krishna many times, my dear brother, you should go to Vrindavan. Somehow or other, go to Braja and pacify them. Otherwise, these Brajavasis, they are about to leave their body. They are become so weak and this one. Then Krishna says, yeah, I will go. But he says, very beautiful statement Rupa Goswami makes that still his mouth is telling I will go, but this instruction is not reaching his heart. So what kind of person? He is really stone-hearted fellow. Then he also concludes that. Then when this discussion is going on, Krishna, hearing all this discussion, sleeping in the bed, a bit far from this place, he hears all these discussions, and he gets up from the bed and comes out from his room and started crying loudly. So this is a concluding pastime which happens in this discussion. He comes from his room and started crying with a choked voice. He started speaking. Whatever you heard, whatever you told is true, my dear queens and Baldev. My heart is, I am stone-hearted fellow. It is real, it is true. Otherwise, why will I leave my Brajavasis and stay here? Since long period of my childhood, these Brajavasis raised and pampered me. I have forgotten everything. I become so cruel that I am creating a lot of distress to this Brajavasis. Then Yashoda said, whatever, then she is advising Krishna, my dear Krishna, whatever desires these Brajavasis have, whatever they may be, irrespective of maybe they want XYZ, no problem. But you please make sure that you go and fulfill their desires. Whatever they desire, you must grant them. Then Padmavati said, "Oh, mother, what are you saying? You know what they must be thinking? Rajavasis, whatever they fed during his childhood, what I will tell my husband, Ugrasena, who is the king of this palace, king of this place. I will tell him to count every morsel of food what Krishna and Balaram ate during their childhood, and I will send money double to what they spent on Krishna." So then my mother Rohini and they chastised Padma. This is only a pastime. So Leela. Then Krishna asked Uddhava. Then my dear Uddhava, you tell me what I am supposed to do. What should be my duty towards resident of Raja? Then Uddhava says that Rajavasis, my dear Krishna, Rajavasis, they don't desire anything from you. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. That is a quote what Chaitanya Prabhu said. So he is referring to that. They don't need anything. They don't want anything. They don't want any empire, wealth, or anything, any opulences. They do not desire wealth of even heavenly planets and nothing they desire. They desire only you. They are pure, unconditional love they have towards you. And remember, Krishna, you sent some of the ornaments when I was going, ornaments and clothes I carried when I went to see them. Radhika was chastising me, saying that your Lord Krishna want to buy us by giving these ornaments and clothes. I will not accept these clothes and ornaments. Then, because Nanda Maharaja has told requested these gopis and Radharani, they accepted these ornaments and clothing, and they are wearing, my dear Krishna, you know what happened? They are wearing same clothes and ornaments till today. For last so many years, they are still wearing the same clothes and are waiting for you. So Rajavas says they believed in the words of Nanda Maharaj that my son Krishna will come very soon. You please wear this. So since then, they are wearing all this clothing, and because they had a faith that when Krishna come to Raja, they will, because we don't, they're by then they become so weak or old. So they want Krishna to recognize them by looking at the ornaments and dress what they wear, because those ornaments and dress sent by Krishna. So they are still wearing these ornaments and dress. So now, my dear Lord, my request to you is you personally go there and take care of those Rajavasis. Then he says that if your lotus feet do not come to Raja, then these Raja, very beautiful explanation is given. These Rajavasis would not be able to maintain their lives. What they will do? Actually, they want to give up their life. What you did? You took out all the poison from Kaliya snake. They actually wanted to consume poison and end their life. But what you did? You take out all the poison, and there is no poison left for them to consume and end their life. And Yamuna river, she is in the separation from you. She has become so thin. The whole water is getting dried up. They wanted to jump into Yamuna and end their life. They are not able to do it because there is no water. Yamuna has become so thin. So it is a kind of a beautiful the explanation what Uddhava is giving. Then Baldeva says that not only Rajavasis, my dear brother, even the cows, all this the trees and all the creatures in Vrindavana, they are sacrificing their life in separation from you. All the ponds and everything got dried up. Even Govardhana hill started shrinking. So this is another pastime which we are trying to link. Every day the Govardhana hill start shrinking. So he connects that episode to here, saying Govardhana hill also started shrinking in separation from you. If you are not showing your mercy on these souls, Yamaraja will soon come and show his mercy upon them. So he is indirectly saying that they are going to die. Because of his mercy, their distress and lamentation will be taken out, because they are going to die very soon. Then conclusion is that then Parishad Maharaj is telling Uttara, saying, my dear mother, when Sri Krishna, along with Balrama, when Balrama and all others were discussing this, Krishna and Balram, out of ecstasy, they completely started crying, tears were flowing from their eyes. They got fainted and began to roll on the ground. All the residents of palace become overwhelmed with sorrow, and Ugrasena and all this, because the people started weeping. All the Ugrasena and other Yadavas came to this palace to see what actually happened. They are astonished to see Krishna and Balram, they got fainted, they're falling on the ground. So this is a conclusion of this chapter. Then we see how beautifully we understand, or Rupa Goswami has glorified the supremacy of Brajavasis, supremacy of gopis, to understand their devotion, their mood, how that helps, that mood helps us in our spiritual progress. We are going to see in the next week's session, and then continue with Gopakumara's pastime of understanding who is the greatest recipient of Lord's mercy and what is the ultimate dham which Lord takes us gives where all these great devotees can reach to ultimate dham. Because now the second part of story, Mother Uttara asked a question, one beautiful question asked his son Parikshit Maharaj, saying, after hearing pastime of gopis, then she started weeping. She started weeping, which we are going to see in next week. She started weeping, saying, such a great personalities, great devotees we have, but all these great personalities, where they will go after leaving this body? If they are also going to Vaikuntha, and other devotees also go to Vaikuntha, what is the greatness? What is the mercy Lord is showing upon them? Then Parikshit Maharaj reveals the greatest position of Dham, Golok Dham, where the devotees, the highest stage of devotees, where they are getting the topmost, they are topmost recipients of Lord's mercy, which Dham they reach. They have different stages in even spiritual world, like starting from Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, even within Goloka, there are so many layers which we are going to see and experience as Gopakumara goes, where people with Sakya Bhava, where people with the Vasalya Bhava, which abode they go, what they do. Physically Gopakumara sees. This is all not concocted story, but physically Gopakumara will see, and we definitely will experience that pleasure of visiting all these dhams are part of Goloka, where different devotees with a different bhavas, different rasa, they are worshipping the Lord. How they have interaction with the Supreme Lord in this particular abode, which we are going to see in coming sessions. So with this, we'll end the session here. If there are any questions, comments, we'll take up for a few minutes and conclude. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, devotees? Hare Krishna. Is anyone there? Or everybody is sleeping?
No questions. Nicely covered. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So there are no questions, comments? So if there is nothing to discuss or clarify or any questions to be discussed, so we conclude the session here. Shri Bhagavatamrta ki jai, Rupa Goswami ki jai.